North End Middle.
You cut in the middle.
Wait, what's your high school?
Will be.
I'm going to go to career. She's going to career. I'm going to career. Yeah.
North End.
All right, guys. See, somebody could open this so y'all could. Hey guys, this is Charlotte Rose and welcome back to my channel. So guys, if you're an oldie but goodie, thank you for sticking it out with me. And if you're a newbie, thank you guys. You're welcome here all day, every day. So guys, as you know, it's graduation time and my daughter Safi is in the 8th grade and she's about to go to high school. So with our situation, guys, I have to come up with some kind of something so it feels normal for her and things like that. So I will be making a stole. You know, it's something like a sash but not. So I'll be making that. I picked this fabric up from Walmart and it's the color of her school theme. That's the color they use at her school. So I'll be making a stole for her and 3 of her other friends. So let's jump into this video. So here I have like 3 yards of fabric. So first thing you want to do, guys, is fold your fabric in half, selvage edge to selvage edge, and then fold it again. So you're essentially making 2 folds. Then you're gonna fold it lengthwise and cut to the length and width that you want your stole to be. You could make it as wide as you want or as narrow as you want it to be, okay? You want to get a perfect straight cut, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get it as accurate as possible, okay? So let's get that done. So what you want to do is fold your fabric in half, just like it is right here. And you want to make sure it's nice and even on all the sides, okay? Then you basically want to just measure out how much of that fabric you need or wide you need it. For me, I'm trying to make it like 4 inches across, which is this, like this here, like so. I'm not doing any measurement of such, guys. I'm just eyeballing this. So you want to fold your fabric in half like that, and then you want to cut along this raw edge here. So I already did that to piece of my fabric, so I'm just gonna show you guys the piece that I already cut, which is this right here, okay? So that's how wide I want my fabric, and I'm trying not to do too much sewing, so I only cut 1 piece, guys, and I'm gonna piece in that in the back, okay? So I'm gonna get rid of this here. And then I am gonna show you guys how I'm gonna put this together, okay? So here is my fabric, and I'm making 3 all together because I am having if I didn't mention, guys, I totally forgot. I'm trying to do a graduation ceremony for my daughter in the backyard, that is. And so this is why I'm making all these stuff. I've invited 2 of her friends from school, so I'm making 3 all together. So after you make your cut right here, you wanna put this is your fabric open. This is my fabric. That's the whole width of my fabric here. You wanna fold this in half like so. Right sides together, okay? And then you're just gonna stitch all the way down to the full length of your fabric, okay? So I'm gonna do that with all 3 and come right back to you guys. So guys, I got done sewing the full length of the stole from end to end. Now in the middle, I left this opening so I could turn it over. So now I'm gonna be sewing that little triangle shape that goes to the end of the stole here. So to do that, you want to open your fabric. As a matter of fact, you want to cut a notch right here. Make a notch, and you want to do this on both sides, but I'm just going to show you one. So after you make your notch, you want to open it like this and line it up with the seam that you just sewed, okay? So after you have it like this in place, guys, you want to pin it in place like so. You want to pin it just like this, okay? Because you want to fold it in half. So make sure it's perfectly even, okay? Then you're going to fold it in half. After you fold it in half, you should have something looking like this. You want to pin that also. Okay, what I'm looking for, guys, is to get a nice triangular shape. So I'm gonna pin where I want my triangle to stop, okay, and I'm gonna iron this. You don't have to iron it, you could notch this, you could cut it, but I prefer to sew it before I cut it. Some people do cut it before they sew it, but I think it's much easier to sew than cut, okay? So I'm gonna iron this and I'll be right back. So I have my stole placed on my ironing board, and this is how you want to fold your stole, guys. So it's folded in half with my notch and my seam right here in place. Then I pin right here. I measured, this is like 3.5 inches from the bottom here to here. That's how deep I want my triangle to be, okay? So as you can see, there's a line right here. What I did, I just folded in half to where I want my 3.5 fold to be. So I'm just gonna give it a little iron right here, okay? After you do that, this is what you got, a line right there. Then you want to fold over like so, okay? And you want to make sure, guys, it's folded. You're gonna cut in the direction of your seam, or your triangle will be on the opposite side, okay? The point of your triangle will be on the opposite side. You don't want that. You want your triangle to be pointing to the seam that you just sewed, okay? So I'm gonna get this ironed right now. So I'm just using a pin to place right there to keep it in place, because I'm using my one hand holding my phone while I'm doing this, guys, okay? So after ironing, guys, this is essentially what you want your stole end of your fabric to look like, okay? A nice, perfect, doesn't even necessarily have to be perfect, but try to get it close to perfect as possible triangle, okay? So as you can see, I'm gonna be sewing along this line here, okay? So now that I have it like this, I'm just gonna remove my pin here and open it. So when you open, as you can see, guys, there is a shape of a triangle right there, and that's the line you want to sew on from here and up, okay? So that's what I'm So essentially guys, this is what you want it to look like after you're done sewing. Okay, as you can see, my start line start right where I made my iron seam here, and I tried my best to get it down there like that. Edges off. So I got done with both sides, guys. So I'm just gonna turn this inside out with that little opening that I had left. Okay, and you want to give this Okay guys, so this is what the end of your stole should be looking like, a nice little triangular shape. So I'm just going to take this over to the ironing board and give it a nice press so it will look nice and neat. Okay? Okay guys, so for the ironing portion of your stole, you want to just get that seam right in the center of the stole in the back and give it a nice press just to make that nice and neat. And when you get to the area where the opening is there, you want to kind of manipulate that and iron that flat, because you're going to give it a nice little flat stitch in the back to close that opening up. Okay, there you go. And you want to just continue doing that all the way up. Then when you get to the triangular area down at the bottom here, you want to just play with that area and try to get the seams out as much as possible, and then iron that also. You want to maybe use something pointy to push the points out and stuff like that, and give that a nice press also. Okay, and this is what you should have when you're done. Essentially what you want is to make sure from this point to this point is as even as possible, and that is why I had made the fold in my fabric before I started sewing it, so that it gets that even point on both sides. Okay, and as you can see, my triangle point here meets perfectly with the center of the seam. Okay, and I did that on both sides. So now I'm gonna show you how I get my opening to stitch. So you just want to pull it apart from the front part of your stole and just pin it in place. Okay, so you could see that this is the opening here, and I just pin it in place. You could unstitch this, or you could use your sewing machine. I am gonna use my sewing machine. So guys, I use a straight stitch to kind of just put the opening area that I used to turn my stole over. Just a simple straight stitch. Okay, so that's that, and now I'm gonna iron. This is the back of your stole, this is the front. So as you can see, I pinned it on a slant here, and that is how I'm gonna stitch it. Okay, so I'm gonna take that to the machine and go do that right now. Okay. Also, I am gonna show you guys, if you don't want the raw edges showing on the outside of your stove, which isn't a problem for me, I'll also show you that technique. Okay, but for this one I'm gonna do regular stitch and then just zigzag it off and it's done. Okay, so this is that stitch coming on a diagonal. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut this. So when you're done sewing that seam, this is what it should be looking like. So this is the front and this is the back. I'm not even sure. I think this is the back, this is the front. Okay, so the higher part is the back and the lower part is the front. And as you can see, it went down the line evenly. So that's what you want to get it nice and even in the triangle area in half, and then you make your diagonal stitch up top here. This is what it looks like when you open it. Okay, so I'm gonna have my daughter try this on and let you guys see what's going on. Okie dokie guys, so this is the owner of the stove. Okay, she's the one that's graduating. Say hi, Safi.
What's going on,
This
people?
Okay, this is the 8th grader. She's going on to 9th grade, high school. How do you feel about that?
Sad.
Why?
Because
You're not gonna be in school for your first year of high school? Okay guys, so back to business. So this is the stole, and you can see how tall she is. She is about 5.5 and it's hitting her right below her waist there. The back is sitting nice and flat on her neck, and that's why you put that slant when you stitch. You know, that's what keep it nice and flat. So let's get back to sewing the rest of the items. And guys, it doesn't have to be perfect, because by no means is this perfect. Okay, by no means, but try to get it as best as possible. So now it's time for the party. So guys, I'm gonna be stenciling on some letters, the name of my daughter's school. I'm just gonna abbreviate it, and sorry that I did not get to record the beginning of these letters. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. But basically, guys, I just got these stencils at Walmart, which I had laying around, and some white acrylic paint. You could use fabric paint if you want to, but I'm just using what I have around my house, and I'm just gonna clean up the edges after doing my stenciling. Sometimes it bleeds underneath, so if you can get it nice and neat after, you could do that. So now I'm just gonna add the rest of my letters, guys, and this, like I said, is the initials for my daughter's school. So let's just get that done. So this is what it's looking like, guys, after it's all done. My letters are nice and large so you could see it from afar. So I'm just gonna use the tips of my painting brush to put the little dots in to abbreviate the letters. And that's it. You want to see this from miles away, okay? So we're almost done, guys. I'm gonna start on the other side, and I'm just gonna stencil in class of 2020 on the other side so we know what year we're talking about, okay? And these letters I picked up at Walmart, and it didn't have the word class in it, so I had to dismantle the letters and piecing it together to spell the word class and off to make this work. Okay, anything you have, guys, you can make it work, make it work, make it work. And in order for me to spell the letter class, I needed two S's, but there was only one. So I had to do a stencil in two parts. So you're going to see me stenciling this portion of it. Then I'll do the other portion of the S afterwards. Like I said, guys, anything you have to do, you have to make it work, okay? Make it work. And guys, please remember to like this video, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified of every single time I put a new video up. Please, guys, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, like, share, all the good things that come with this YouTube adventure. Okay, guys? So this is it, guys. I got done with my stenciling, and as you can see, yes, we're into 2020 and it's the year of you know what, and we just have to make most of what's going on and find what we can use. So this is it for our graduation ceremony that we'll be having in our backyard. Beautiful, isn't it? And I also worked on a cap. I literally made this from scratch. So if you guys are interested to see how I made this, please hit me a comment down below. And this is what it's looking like on her, guys.